I picked up another Italian stiletto. It's this one right here. It's green Perlex, polished silver, and it's sort of like in a Sicilian tradition. Like this is Sicilian up here. You notice how it's kind of rounded down here, and normally they have the locking mechanism. And you push it up, that's lock. You push it down, that's release, and you press the button, right? Just like this guy, right? I kind of like this one. It's a Frank Beltrami. Now this one now, it's a lever lock. The same mechanism. You just pull it down. That's your safety. Up like that. You pull it down, and you hit this, and it opens up. And to close it, you can hold it like, you can put it like that, and it'll stay locked in position. But to close it, you got to press it down right here, and you can close it. But what I like about this, even though this blade is probably about 8 inches, this one's just under 9 inches. It's a substantially wider blade. You see that? It's a wider blade over here. So it's got a lot more meat on it, man. It's not a serrated edge, I guess, but these things are pretty cool because if you got them in your pocket like this, you know, it's, to me, it's not that quick to pull this down and hit this. To hit this only is good, but since the button's not recessed, this can get, you know, if you have it in your pocket or whatever, or maybe even have it on your boot somehow, like I got it in that little leather holster I made on my boot. And the button doesn't press in with that, but I guess it could if you're not careful how you're taking it out. But this, you can have it. You can have this in your boot or in your pocket. It's going to lay flat like this. If anything presses on that, because, and it's still quick. As soon as you take it out, your hand's going to be right here. Your hand's going to be right there. So you just pull this up, and you go. And it locks up quick, man. It's got a good locking mechanism. Not exactly sure what the hell's pin is in there is locking. Something, I guess it's up and behind there. Up behind in there someplace. But it locks up nice and tight. And even though this blade is just a little shorter than this one, you know, it's a substantially wider blade. And this sucker's sharp, man. It came right sharp as all hell. It says inox on it, but it's made in Italy. It's definitely, all three of these are made in Italy. None of them are Chinese knockoffs. All of them are Italy. Might start carrying this one. It wasn't too much money too. It was a deal. Well, actually, all these were good deals. This was only 59 bucks. This little one right here, this Frank B, because it's got the plastic. These are plastic, not real wood, but the plastic's probably stronger than damn wood. Who the hell knows? And now this one still. This wasn't too much money. It wasn't much more than $100. It's a big 12-inch Sicilian stiletto with the pull ring on it. But kind of like this one because of the mechanism. I wasn't really too much sold on these till I started realizing you got this sitting in your pocket. You see, if you got this sitting in your pocket, right? You can have it like this, and you pull it out, and you got to go like that, and then hit this. You don't want to have this just sitting in your pocket with the button where it can click and go off, right? Now, I got it into my boot leather little holster thing I made sewn into the side of my boot. I don't have the safety on with this. I haven't had a problem with it going off. But probably could if you weren't careful with it, I guess, maybe. But this wouldn't go off in your boot because it's resting. You know, if something hits this, it's already flat down surface, right? You got to pull it up like that, and you got to go, you know, then you press it. And if you fold it up like that, you don't have to worry about pressing it to release it. It's there. It's a solid little puppy, man. It's pretty wide. You know, if you're looking at the width, it's pretty nice looking. I got they were selling these for the same price for green and white. I took the green one. So forget what it cost, but this was definitely under $100. I know it might have been $69 or something. I think it was on sale. This was only $59. That's delivered and everything. This might have been a little more than 100, but it's a big boy, man. It's 12 inch. You know, it's a big blade, man. And that's real bone, or a real horn, whatever the hell it is. So anyway, just figured I'd point it out because if you get an Italian stiletto and you want to carry it in your pocket, I'd go for this kind of mechanism. You know, it's like, this is not, you know, if you have this laying in your pocket and you're pulling it out of your pocket, or if you have this somehow on your boot, like I made that leather pouch, you don't have to worry about it, you know, hitting a button and going off like that, right? This, you got to actually, you know, and it's quick. I mean, you just boom. Nothing to it, man. Nothing to it. You can close it one hand too, right? It's quick, you know. It's just safety off, boom, like nothing. So, it's a handy little. I don't know what kind of steel's in here, but since it's very sharp, I'd imagine it's a pretty high quality stainless steel. I think this was 69 or 79 bucks. It's definitely well under 100. I know that. It was one of those. And I don't advertise for nobody. I'm just telling you where I just look for some of the best deals. Blade Play, you know, they have some pretty good deals. And probably about done with these switchblades for now, but I carry this one a lot on the boot, and I got the Confederate one on the other side. But this one might be a better choice for carrying on the boot with that Kalashnikov 74. But it's a reliable knife, very, very good lockup. Locks up really good, nice and tight. It seems to work faster than the other ones, but it seems to lock up with a lot of authority. And it's a fairly meaty blade. You can see that's not that thin, and that's a pretty wide blade. It gives you a lot more strength in some ways. Not really designed for everyday carry. They say it's collection purposes, but I'm not a collector. I'm an everyday carry person and a user of knives. Even if I'm using them for something minor, I'm using them. They're not just hanging on the wall. So that's a good deal, though. And you know, it's probably a good idea not to overlook some of the Italian switchblades, except if you're in a state where they're illegal. Like in my state, they're legal, no problem. I can carry this open carry anywhere I want in this state. Typically, a lot of southern states are okay with it, but if you go up in the Northeast, California, no. So if you're in one of those states, pretty much hang it up for freaking switchblades. But a lot of the southern states, you're okay with them, and you know, it's just a freaking knife. What I like about it, though, it's like it folds up, and then if you need to use it, you don't have to be fumbling around with the little thumbnail. You know, it's just easier. It's easier to use, man. Doesn't make it more deadly, the fact that it opens up quick. I don't know where they're coming up these rules up in the Northeast in California. You know, they seem to have some kind of problem with it. If the knife opens up quick, that means it's more deadly. That does nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with anything. And the other thing is, too, this type of blade it's a regular blade. It's not a stiletto blade. So I don't know. You know, that's another thing. Sometimes they go nuts over these stiletto blades. This would be considered just like a regular pocket knife blade, I guess. You know, I don't see how they could say that's the stiletto blade. But then, you know, every state is different. So, you know, if you're down south, most of the states down south, just got to check it though, like Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee. You know, I think Louisiana, they got them outlawed in New Orleans especially, because they had a lot of problems over there for many years, gamblers and switchblades. But usually in most of the southern states, you got to check your laws. These are okay to have, and there's various circumstances where you can carry them either open or concealed. And I think in Florida, I think if you carry that concealed, you need a concealed weapons permit. If you have that for the gun, you're cool. So anyway, just figured I'd point that out. And I really like these a lot. It's like they're aesthetically, they're very nice looking knives, but the other side of it, they are useful knives. I don't consider them some collection bullshit you just collect it, you just look at. I actually use them. I don't like abuse them though, because I don't want to screw them up, but I use them. I use them for stuff. I'm not going to go work on my car with them and clean battery terminals or whatever, nothing like that, but I use them. I use them for other stuff. And, you know, knife always comes in handy. I wind up using a knife every day, at least once or twice, at least. So, but you know, even for electronic work, like if you're not even talking about car work, a lot of times you got to get something out of something or pull something out of something. That little thing is just the perfect thing to do it. As long as it's not magnetic and you screw something up, because you always got to watch for magnetism in electronics, but you know how that works, right? So a lot of times you're working on something intricate, that little blade works good too. But this is a very pretty knife, and it's very practical. And again, this mechanism, I'm really sold on this mechanism, this lever-letto type mechanism, lever lock, whatever you want to call it. And this is made in Italy. It's inox, but it is made in Italy. It's the old traditional way of making them. You know, no screws, they're all pins, you know. And this thing seems to be pretty sturdy too, man. It's got pretty thick bolsters on it. And that Pearl X handle looks good. I don't want to go for the white because that reminds me of pimp stuff or something. I want to go with something with the green. But it looks nice in the green. The green looks very nice. So, they're practical. And they're not much money. You get a genuine made in Italy one if you look around. I found out, to my experience, Blade Play has got the best deals on Italian stilettos, so, and there might be something better than them, but that's what I found from my experience. I'm just passing it on. I'm not selling nothing for them or nothing like that. It's you know, because I always look for the best deals, and sometimes they got some pretty good sales. And I got that on sale, got this on sale. I think I got that on sale too. So I know I'll look for sales, man. That's what I do. I don't spend top dollar or nothing.